Hello everybody at Games You Love, this is Ben Cartledge from One Credit Classics. I'm going to do something a bit different today, something I've not done before. This season on my channel, One Credit Classics, I did a one credit clear of the arcade version that you're seeing in front of you right now of the Turtles game. I really love this game, I had a load of good, cool feedback to it, but I wanted to help a few people out. I've had a load of people ask me about that clear and the specifics. So what I thought I'd do today for you good people is a kind of how-to guide really. Your guide to getting a good clear on this game, to maybe not one credit, maybe just to get the number of credits down, but we're going to have a look at it. There is 4 characters to choose from because we're going to be playing a 2-player version and they're all very different. So we'll start off by looking at the differences between each character. So most people I speak to use Leonardo or Donatello. Leonardo, as we're seeing now, very good, very quick, hasn't quite got the range of Donatello but still works really well. He's got the 2 katanas obviously. What you find with him as well is that move there. Now that's a jump. If you press both buttons at the same time you do that. He's also got the overhead throw that we see there. Very versatile character, yeah, a good beginner's choice because he's kind of quite good at everything. Michelangelo quite good, weapon speed quite good. You do lose a bit of range. He has got the attacks that you really need. He's got that jumping slash and he's also got the throw. But yeah, a tough character to play well, I feel. My personal favourite and many people's personal favourite, Donatello, simply because of the range that you've got. You've got the moves that you need, you've got the overhead throw, you've got that stick attack there, and he's just, the range makes such a difference when you're fighting boss characters. And finally, you've got the expert's choice, Raphael. Now, he has got the throw on the side. The problem is that you haven't really got the range. The other problem that you've got is you haven't got the jumping swipe that you've got with a lot of other people. You've got that rolling kick, which is good for getting under attacks, but doesn't kill a Foot Clan soldier with one hit. The key to attacking in Turtles is attacking slowly when you're just attacking with a weapon like that, because what happens is, if you spam the button, you often find that there's more kind of animation. So if you see here, I'll do quite a few, I go into another one and then I get hit. What you need to avoid doing is giving your backup like that, because at any point, if you go for an attack, you're always going to get hit, and you don't get a lot of energy in this game. Now there's different types of Foot Clan that you'll see. Red, yellow and white generally have weapons. The purple ones that you see here, the bulk of the time don't have weapons, so they're a bit easier to take out. Now you see a lot of these robots. The key to these is to not get hit with a rope attack. If you keep getting them just as they spawn like this, you'll find they won't be able to really get any attacks off. The first boss that you fight is Rocksteady. He's got a dash attack like that, and what you really want to do is hit and run. You don't want to be standing in front of him when he's got the gun for more than maybe 2 or 3 strikes, and you don't want to be standing in front of him generally for more than 1 or 2. How it works with him is he's got a lot of attacks. If he moves up and down, you just need to move like that and he won't be able to lock onto you. When he starts flashing like this, he'll take 2 more knockdowns to die. A knockdown is between 4 or 5 hits generally. The thing you've got to worry about is the kick. The big thing with him is the end of the first level. So as long as you can beat him without losing a life, then you're generally fine, because you'll get all your health back at the start of the next level anyway. Something that you can do around the game to make your life very easy is to learn how to kite, but also to learn how to use obstacles to your advantage. Now I can hit that parking meter and it'll kill opponents like that, but what I'm best doing is I'm best trying to hook enemies up on it. That way, if I've got a big group of enemies, they can't all get to me at once. I can hook people behind it, and then hopefully the other ones will come around the side and I won't get attacked at once. Second boss is Bebop, and he is much easier than Rocksteady, simply because he's got a really long dizzy animation. And Donatello is really built to kind of beat him like this. If you stand just on the end of the range like this, generally you can just keep picking him off. Don't do anything other than the standard attacks. Leave a bit of a gap between him, and literally you can get him out of there in less than 20 or 30 seconds if you time it right. Now a cool glitch in this game is the use of ledges. If you stand right on the edge of a ledge like I am here, you see my feet are near the floor, the enemies can't actually hit me, and what they'll do is they'll just wait for me to attack. If you're a tiny bit up, if you're 1 frame up, you can still get attacked, so do be careful. But what you can do, and it makes this level a lot easier, is just hug this ledge and then just chip away at the enemies as they come along. Now the use of the ledge glitch makes the boss of this level, Baxter, super easy. All I need to do is hug the ledge and hug this bit in the middle. I can get him with the jumping attack as he goes round, and literally 15-20 seconds he's all done. Piece of cake. Now there's a cool way of doing the road level. How it works is what we need to do is clear these guys out early. What happens with these helicopters is they get replaced by more helicopters if you clear them out, and eventually by troops. But if we can get to the point where there's only these 3 left, or 4, when we start clearing them like this, they won't get replaced. Now, all I need to do now, if I kill any of these troops, they'll be replaced by a helicopter, but not the gun helicopter. It's one that drops bombs. And they're really hard to kill and do a lot of damage. So all we really need to do here is just run off. But run off for how long? Well, the way I worked it out when I did my clear is you hear the music as it's going on in the background. You need 2 loops of the music. You can tell by the background, because we're on a bridge at the moment. And in a second, that bridge framework at the top will disappear. Now this is the chorus bit. And you see the framework at the top's disappeared. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for one more loop of the music, and then we're going to start chipping these away. And what happens then is if we chip these away, they don't get replaced. So all you've really got to do is just keep moving. Because we can hear like the music's getting to the, we're getting the pre-chorus now, and now we're getting the chorus. So I'll keep moving, and now all I need to do is try and find a spot where I can lure them out one at a time and start chipping them away, because now we've had 2 loops of the music, they're not going to get replaced. So if I can kill 1 like that, you see, now he hasn't been replaced, so now we've just got the 3. And then all you need to do is chip them away. They won't get replaced, and then once the last one's gone, all you've got to do is wait for the van. Now we see we can use the ledge glitch again on this level, and this is where the game starts getting more difficult. So what we need to do is take advantage of this. The enemies can't attack us on this plane like we saw on the other one, and all we need to do is walk through, scroll them on, and beat them all up. Now this part can get really tricky if you haven't got a strategy. What you need to do is stand where we stand, head on the bottom, and then jump. And you can see straight away I've taken the bulk of those guys out. All you need to do then is just watch the shadows, and you can take them all out nice and easy. Now as we get towards the end of the level, there is a section now with these guns. All we need to do is take to the top, and at the top they can't get us. Now they can turn around, but what we need to do is block them off. Now the crazy thing here is there's 3 bits of pizzas because we haven't died, and when you don't die, what happens is it thinks you're playing a multiplayer game because it keeps ramping the difficulty up. Boss wise, all we need to do here is a fairly straightforward pattern. I walk upwards and I just hit him as I go through the frame. Now you've got to be really careful, it's easy to get clipped, but literally all you need to do is rinse and repeat this and the boss will die fairly easily. Now the final level is the Technodrome, and what you've got is guns like you've got on the other one. So what we need to do is get to the top of the screen, and the good thing about Donatello is you can attack them all like that. Now don't go too far forward, you get hit by a laser, and you can use these guns to kind of trap the enemy in like that, you see, and you can kite the enemies around them, so they're very handy. When you get to this part of the Technodrome with the orange arrows, you want to run in a zigzag like I've done there, and then be prepared to jump over the laser at the end. Now, if you hug the top right hand corner, there's only generally 2 of these big bowling ball things that can actually get you. There's one near the start and there's one near the end. Now, I haven't really talked about overall enemy concepts in terms of the game itself, but there's one here that I can use to describe that'll serve you well on every stage of the game, and it's taking your time. If I rush on here, I'll spawn everything and get overwhelmed, but the key is to take these, because if you take them 1 or 2 at a time, it's a lot easier. You can see there, if we would have just had 1 robot and those 2, straight away it's harder, especially with the robot, because you could get roped and then you could get shot and then you're dead. Now there is pizza there, but same thing, we'll take the enemies 1 at a time. And that 100% is the way to do it. I said before about the difficulty settings, the way it works is if you do a level without dying, it ups the difficulty setting for you. So the next level there's more foot climb and more enemies than there would be normally. It works with bosses, they take slightly more hits, so the better you do, the more difficult the game gets in order to try and kind of get you off the machine basically. As you can see here, this boss works exactly the way as the other boss works on the level before it. All we're doing is we're just crossing it up like that. Walk down into it when he walks up, and the same the other way, and you'll get him eventually. Now Krang can be a bit of a nightmare. He's the second to last boss and all of his attacks do quite a lot of damage. What you need to do is kite him in a straight line. Literally that is the best way to do it. So line him up nice and straight, this is why Donatello's so good, and walk backwards. As he closes the distance, hit him and then move back and he'll have a slight stutter. What you don't want to do is corner yourself, it's that simple. You don't want to get too close because he's got a laser beam and he's got a kick, and both of them do about 1/4 of an energy bar, so you can't take too much damage. Also as well, there isn't much room before you end up getting Shredder, who's the last boss. So you really need to get your tactics kind of down on this one. Now the final boss is Shredder, and he is really unforgiving. The key reason why he's unforgiving is because of that mutagen beam. It's a blue attack. You tell what he's going to do it because he'll line himself up with your character. If you get hit with that, the big lightning beam, what you'll find is a one-hit kill. So you'll, irrespective of how much energy you've got, you die at that point. Why there's two of them is quite simple. One of them's real and one of them's a clone. Now they both look exactly the same. They both act exactly the same. If you attack a Shredder and his hat falls off within 8 or 9 attacks, then he's a clone. If you attack him again for another 8, he'll die and then another one will spawn. The best thing to do is if you attack one of them and his hat falls off, walk forward, lock him in a corner, and then all you need to do is walk up and down to attack the other Shredder, because the other Shredder is the real one. If you notice maybe 10 or 20 attacks in, you've got him obviously one pinned in the corner, the one you're attacking, his hat hasn't come off, then he's the real one. Now if you can get one with a hat off, it's easier, because the one with the hat off won't do mutagen beam. That's the easier route really. But if you're attacking one for a long time, then he's going to die anyway. The key thing that you've got to do is to not get greedy. What you need to do is if you attack and he parries, you need to move down straight away. All you basically need to do is change your level slightly as you attack. So you're going to attack, if you hit him you'll move down, he'll move down, and you'll do the same again. You just need to rinse and repeat that. It's stressful because of the mutagen beams and you can die at any point. But literally, it's very easy to get him into a trap like that. If you walk past the other Shredder, if you're on a level with him, he'll try and attack you with a sword as well. All his attacks don't do a massive amount of damage. He can chip away at you, but the mutagen beam is the big one for you to look out for. And once you've got that pattern locked in, then it's a matter of time before you've got your clear. So that just about wraps it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can watch that and think about some ways that you could make your Turtles clears better. Mine is up on One Credit Classics. If you go onto YouTube and put in One Credit Classics Turtles, you should get the Turtles clear there. I did it with Donatello, One Credit clear. It was a lot of fun. And there's loads of other stuff up on the channel. Big shout out to the good people at Games You Love. They've always supported me right from the start. Check out their YouTube channel as well as you're doing now. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want to get in contact with me, give me a shout at #1 Credit Classics on Twitter and One Credit Classics on Facebook. And thanks very much, guys. I'll see you later.